First Alert meteorologist David Ernst here with a weather update. Of course, you can find this live stream. We're starting to do more of these in the evening again, trying to do them Monday through Friday, and might even add the weekends into that too. But this will be on Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere else you can catch the WBAY streaming products, such as the website. Looking at our weather headlines here over the next couple of days, it's going to be a colder night tonight than what we experienced last night. Now, the wind will be weaker, so the end result will be a similar feels-like temperature. In fact, it might even be a little bit milder in terms of that wind chill on Thursday morning compared to Wednesday morning. The straight air temperature, though, likely to be a little colder. Then we'll look for a milder afternoon with highs back into the lower and middle 30s. There could be some light snowfall that will accompany that milder weather, although even warmer on Friday. Your eyes not fooling you there with a high temperature around 50 degrees. Now, in case you're wondering, that is not going to be setting any records for this time of year. Typically, you get close to 50 degrees in February. It can happen. We do have some days where the record highs are in the 40s. However, Friday is February 27th, and 2 years ago on February 27th, Green Bay made it to 70 degrees for the first and only time in February, so no real chance of us getting to that record, I don't think, but it will be abnormally warm to say the least. So let's go ahead and get into the forecast. We'll be talking about those warmer temperatures and the potential for 2 rounds of snowfall coming through the area here over the course of the live stream. I do have the Facebook feed pulled up on a separate computer here, so if anyone is watching on Facebook and has a question or wants to interact, I will see it come through there, although not necessarily paying dedicated attention 100% right there to the Facebook page, but I will try to answer questions as they come through. So let's go ahead and cut it back over to the weather computers here. So there's really 2 disturbances to speak of right now. Now, you can't see the second one based on the map zoom, but we do have a round of snow showers passing to our south tonight. And then you'll notice a little bit of activity up there, Winnipeg, Canada, dropping towards the southeast, very light snowfall. That's the weather maker that comes in tomorrow and brings the potential for that light snowfall, mainly across our northern areas. So let's go ahead and get into First Alert Pinpoint Predictor here, and we'll take you through that forecast. Skies are mainly clear right now, and we should see generally clear conditions continue for a time tonight, but there will be an increase in high-level cloud cover, still not totally overcast as we get into Thursday morning, looking at a mix of sun and clouds early, and then clouds will start to increase and thicken up as we head towards the afternoon. Around Green Bay, the Fox Valley, and certainly areas to the north, I would expect an overcast sky, but as you're getting into southern Wisconsin, perhaps there is a little more sunshine breaking through. As predictor shows here, just a few minor snow showers passing across mainly northern areas. Maybe there's a few flakes, a few sprinkles somewhere around the Fox cities, but any accumulation is likely relegated to those northern areas. Winds will be out of the southwest. Sustained speeds around 10 miles per hour, but some gusts between 15 and 20 will be possible. So the snowfall expectation is, again, not very high for those that see it. Probably isn't much more than just a few tenths of an inch on the higher end of it. Maybe you just start getting up towards that US 8 corridor there, far northern Wisconsin into upper Michigan, half an inch to an inch in some cases. But around Green Bay and the Fox cities, a few flakes flying, maybe a fresh coating for some. But this is not going to be a repeat of that burst of snow that we saw move through just the other day. Sometimes I do like to show the... when I'm working with Chris in the afternoon on the 4:30 show, I like to call this the "You're telling me there's a chance" graphic. So what this is the 90th percentile from the Weather Prediction Center. So of the computer guidance that the Weather Prediction Center analyzes, 90% of computer models would say you don't get more than the amount of snow that you're seeing on the screen. There's just a 1 in 10 chance, a 10% chance that your total is higher than what you see here. And you will notice that around the Fox Valley, that high-end chance is 1/2 of an inch. So it is possible that we do see a coating of fresh snow around the Fox cities. Better odds for that half an inch to an inch, though, are going to be across northern areas, and you see even there on the high end, still shy of 1 inch. So it'll be tough to get more than an inch of snow out of the system. The way it looks right now, it would really have to overperform to bring that much in. I do want to take a look here at our next opportunity for some light snowfall, and this will be a weather maker moving across the region on Saturday. Here again, it looks like part of the area gets missed, and this time it is the southern parts of Wisconsin that are included in the snow chance, with northern areas getting skipped by. So as low pressure passes across central Illinois and Indiana, we will see the potential there for that light snowfall, generally from Green Bay and Appleton to the south. I would expect the steadiest of that snow to be farther to the south, looking at a fast mover coming through, with skies starting to clear back out as we get into Sunday. Here again, this one probably doesn't bring much more than a coating to an inch for our area. The best odds for more than an inch of snowfall likely miss us to the south. So we do have some minor snow chances headed our way in the not too distant future, but neither one of them are going to be big snowmakers or anything that's going to cause major problems. You'd just be looking at some hazardous travel, slippery roads, that kind of deal for a time, especially as that snow is coming down. On Friday, one of the bigger takeaways or the bigger stories is going to be that wind. It doesn't look as strong as it did a few days ago. I would still expect the breeze to kick up, but I would say wind gusts are probably capped between 20 and 25, 30 miles per hour, probably not looking at anything 30 or 40 in that range. So as we go through Thursday night and into Friday, those wind gusts generally around 15 or 20 miles per hour. During the day, one skipped a little, different pause points in here, went a little too quick. So you see here, late on Fridays when the wind is probably at its strongest. During the day, 25, 30 mile per hour wind gusts. Friday night, maybe we do get into that 30 to 35 range for a time there. So it is going to turn a bit on the blustery side there, late Friday especially. During the day, though, it's a southwesterly breeze, and that will aid in boosting those temperatures up to some rather warm levels. Again, if you were watching right off the top, not going to see record-setting high temperatures on your Friday, but nonetheless, well above average for a good portion of the middle part of the country and even much of the eastern U.S., at least above average. You can see Carolina coastline there, slightly cooler, but most areas you do see those warmer contours. Now, in Wisconsin, we're not the hottest across the country. That likely is just to our south, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, looking at the most significantly above average temperatures. But still, our forecast is 49. Normal high would be 33 on Friday. So about 16 degrees above average, but again, nowhere near that 2024 record. That one's going to be a tough one to break at any point, considering that's the only time in February that Green Bay has made it to 70 degrees. So that is the standing record on Friday. Likely that remains safe and untouched. After we see this spell of mild weather there on Friday, it doesn't take us too long to cool it back down. We're going to see those high temperatures right back down into the middle range of the 20s there on Saturday and Sunday. Again, Saturday there is the potential for some light snowfall. Southern areas maybe pick up a coating to an inch there, but nothing big. As we get into next week, we'll have to keep an eye on the weather towards the middle of the week. It definitely looks unsettled. Let me show you just really quickly here. Let me see if I can find it in my mix of graphics. All right, so we'll show you the American and the GFS computer models here. I'm skipping ahead. We're going to have to enter into it. I must have these set to use specific time, specific model runs. So bear with me for just a second. We'll set these back to 12Z yesterday, so that would be earlier this morning. And that way they will animate when we move them forward. Okay. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit here. We'll go straight through the weekend. There's Saturday's snowfall passing to the south on the GFS. Sunday, notice a storm system passing to our south. And then as we get into next Monday, not much happening during the day. GFS would say it's mostly sunny. And then Tuesday, you see a little disturbance causing some light snowfall across the area there Tuesday during the day. I'm not completely sold on that happening just quite yet. But there is going to be the potential. This one is showing up better on the longer-term guidance. Low pressure coming up from the south Wednesday night into Thursday, bringing rain at first and then an eventual conversion over to snow north and maybe some snow around the Fox Valley. Obviously, we're still more than a week out on that one, so yet to be seen how that system will unfold. Now, we'll just real quickly here go back to Tuesday. So this is the GFS. That's the American weather model. Here is what the European weather model shows at that same time, just to give you a sense of where computer guidance is. And you will note that the precipitation is now gone, and it is well to the south. So that's, again, why I say I'm not totally sold on the Tuesday end of that. Like to see a little bit better agreement amongst computer guidance before I start going all in with snow in the forecast. I do have a low snow chance just in case that's the way the forecast goes, but not sold on it quite yet. However, seeing better agreement here again, late Wednesday and into Thursday morning of rain showers and a mix arriving, and maybe a change over to some snow late, but we'll have to see how this system evolves and comes into the area. So just wanted to give you a first alert, an early heads up on those two weather makers coming through towards the end of the week. Not seeing anything. A couple of folks, Bill and Ross, if you're still on it, hello on Facebook. If you have any questions, follow up. If you weren't able to catch the live part of this, I will try to go back through if I see any questions and answer them. As far as the forecast goes in the near term, would definitely say tomorrow is a cold start to the morning, feeling milder in the afternoon, and then watching for some light snowfall, but a relatively minor snow across the north woods. Friday, breezy but mild. Then Saturday is when we have potential for some light snowfall coming through. Temperatures kind of doing a yo-yo thing, a lot of ups and downs there. It was 20s today for highs. 30s tomorrow, 40s, maybe 50s on Friday, back into the 20s for a couple of days, back into the 30s early next week, and then perhaps up around 40 degrees as we await what could be a somewhat messy storm system coming in that Wednesday, Thursday time frame. With that, I will go ahead and leave you with the First Alert Super 7-day forecast here. We will have Action 2 News at 10 o'clock coming your way in about 45 minutes, so we'll talk about the things that we went over here in a little bit more condensed fashion there on Action 2 News, and of course, have your top headlines of the day and probably some sports coverage in there as well. With that, then, I will talk to you later. I hope you have a great night. We'll try to do this again tomorrow night, shooting for around 9 o'clock every evening. So again, wherever you catch the WBAY TV stream, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, the streaming apps, or on the website, I should be there tomorrow night around 9 o'clock. Hope you have a good rest of your Wednesday evening, and have a good day on Thursday.